I did a 10-day meditation retreat a little while ago, which is essentially a retreat where you don't speak or make eye contact with anyone for 10 days, and you just sit and meditate for 12 hours each day. At the beginning of the retreat, you take 5 precepts. Abstain from killing, abstain from stealing, abstain from sexual activity, abstain from telling lies, and abstain from all toxicants. These are precepts you take to maintain your morality. If you don't do this, you're accumulating samskara, unfinished energy blockages, that don't allow you to receive the lessons from a life of purity. The retreat discusses how everything we're focused on is simply desire and aversion. We're either desiring something we don't have, or we have an aversion to something uncomfortable. But then reading some Epictetus, he speaks of desire and aversion. One who is making progress in philosophy has put desire aside for the present and feels aversion only towards those things that lie within the sphere of choice. What a strange overlap. But then thinking of the precepts of Buddhism, abstain from killing, abstain from telling lies, abstain from stealing. Christianity has don't kill, don't steal, don't lie in its commandments. Nation of Islam had no lying, stealing, or fornication as part of their code. Why do all these schools have precepts to follow that are more or less the same? What is the benefit to following a path of virtue? I believe it's that virtue and morality are the starting point to wisdom. Without following precepts or being virtuous, you're controlled by desire and aversion, and all of your thoughts and conclusions are going to be based in that. Once you understand that you're being pulled around on a string by desire and aversion, you cut that off and live virtuously, and that's where the learning begins. In The Man with a Thousand Faces, Joseph Campbell writes, "Mythology does not hold as its greatest hero the merely virtuous man. Virtue is but the pedagogical prelude to the culminating insight, which goes beyond all pairs of opposites. Virtue quells the self-centered ego and makes the transpersonal centeredness possible. We aren't going to change our way of being simply by abstaining from sex and alcohol. Abstaining and living virtuously is the starting point. Once we clear out that constant craving center of our mind, we open up the pathways for energy and insight to flow through. The point is that although these precepts seem silly at times, they've been put there with a purpose. All these schools of thought were digging from the same well. Dig down to understand what that thought was, and if it makes sense to you, commit to a period of following certain precepts to hold yourself in morality and allow the insights from the universe to come in."